So then in 1 Corinthians 12, we get to our third gift, which is the gift of faith. And I want to distinguish, there's a difference between the spiritual gift of faith listed in 1 Corinthians 12 and then the faith that we operate in for salvation. The book of Ephesians writes that we are saved by grace through faith. And the Greek word for faith is pistis. Pistis means that our conviction, like what we have chosen to commit ourselves to because of the belief that we hold. And so our salvation is found only by having faith in Jesus, who came to bring the grace of God to earth. But the gift of faith is different. The gift of faith is actually supernatural confidence for a specific situation. And I've experienced this at random times in my life. In fact, I'll say it this way. I've experienced it in times I didn't expect it. I've experienced it in times I didn't expect it, and I've really wanted it in times where I didn't have it. But again, it's not my choice. And so I've had these moments where incredible things have happened because of that. And one of the most personal, impactful for me was my wife and I were having, I'll say a debate, but it was more of an argument. She was dealing with a health issue. And as a husband, I'm just trying to fix the issue. I'm trying to give her advice. You know, we were young in our marriage and it was not the right way to do it. But she had been struggling physically with intense pain because of an ailment. And I don't know what the word to use, but I'll say ailment. And so because she was in so much pain, of course, I'm hurting. I want to fix it. I want to take this away from her. And I'm not helping, to be honest. And so we kind of got into it. And for whatever reason, we separated in our apartment for a moment. And I sit down on the couch and I just had this realization. It was the gift of faith. It was confidence. And I saw myself in my mind's eye take my hand, put it on her abdomen, and pray over her. And I just knew she would be healed. And so while she wasn't real happy with me, I said, come here. And she came over and she sat down on my lap. I put my hand on her abdomen. I prayed over her in the name of Jesus. And the excruciating pain she was having instantly left. And guess what? Never came back. She's never had that problem again. What is that? That's the gift of faith. That was supernatural confidence to know that if I act in this way that God's instructing me, there's going to be a miracle on the other end of this. Now, here's the thing, though. The gift of faith does not come to fruition without our obedience. And that's what you have to know. When you have that supernatural confidence about something, you have to walk that out. The gift of faith is not about, oh, I just know that God's going to do something. No, the gift of faith is faith without works is dead. And so when I have supernatural confidence that God's moving, I have to move with him. I have to be obedient to what he tells me to do. I have to be faithful even if nobody else is, because I've got supernatural confidence in this moment that God is going to do things. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't trust God in other situations. I've dealt with situations where I really wanted a supernatural confidence, but I did not. I had to choose in those moments to renew my mind. I had to choose in those moments to really pray and trust God. But I want to encourage you, when you sense that gift of faith, you have a supernatural confidence you don't know how to explain. Listen closely for what the Lord wants you to do. Be obedient, and you'll see the fruit of that gift of faith.